Well, hopefully you have your Christmas shopping done by now, although often men are seen in the stores the last couple of days looking for something to purchase. I heard the other day that apparently two guys were chatting and one said to the other, "Say, Bob, tell me, did you buy your wife something for Christmas yet?" "Well, I sure did," he said. "I bought her a new bag and a new belt." "Wow, that's really something," said Bill. "Good for you." "Well," said Bob, "I hope she's happy with it. Her vacuum cleaner certainly ought to run a lot better for her now." Well, we're going to talk about Joseph today, and I'm sure that Christmas shopping was not on his list of things to do. In contrast to Luke chapter 1 and 2, the more typical Christmas passages, Matthew tells us the story of Jesus' birth from Joseph's perspective in Matthew 1 and verses 18 to 25. We read in verse 18, "These are the facts concerning the birth of Jesus Christ. His mother Mary was engaged to be married to Joseph, but while she was still a virgin, she became pregnant by the Holy Spirit." One commentator said, "I've always found it interesting that Mary was visited by an angel before the pregnancy began, a divine aid in preparing her for what was to come. But Joseph received no such help, at least not at first. Mary had to face him and break the news herself. And Matthew tells us in verse 19, "Then Joseph, her fiancé, being a man of stern principle, decided to break the engagement, but to do it quietly, as he did not want to publicly disgrace her." No doubt anger and pain and disbelief churned through Joseph as he struggled with the day's news. "Mary, pregnant? It wasn't me," he mumbled. "What other answer is there but divorce?" And long past midnight, he finally dropped off into a fitful sleep and had a dream. More vividly he dreamed than ever before in his life. And Matthew continues, "An angel of the Lord spoke to him. 'Do not be afraid to take Mary home as your wife, because what is conceived in her is from the Holy Spirit. He will save his people from their sins." And centuries before, the prophet Isaiah had prophesied, "The virgin will be with child and give birth to a son, and they will call him Emmanuel," which means God with us. One writer put it this way, "As soon as it was light, Joseph was at Mary's door. She opened to his knocking. Head down and eyes puffy, she stood still, waiting the onslaught from Joseph. He reached out and gently lifted her chin until their eyes met. 'Mary,' he said simply, 'I want you to be my wife. Pack your things and come with me. We have an appointment with the rabbi.' So Joseph took Mary to be his wife. The public humiliation must have been profound. Joseph was asked to be the father to a child, not his own. He would not see his own image in his son. And a man by the name of J. Carl Laney wrote an article entitled, "Joseph, the Unsung Hero of the Christmas Story." And he writes, "We sing of the virgin and the child, the angels, the shepherds, the wise men, but not one Christmas carol mentions Joseph. Although the Bible does not record any words from the mouth of Joseph, we do have recorded in Matthew 1 and 25 that Joseph called his name Jesus. That in itself is one highly significant word from the mouth of Joseph. His life is an example of the life we should lead. Joseph was a man of simple faith and instant obedience to God. His name shall be called Jesus. Let me share verse 3 of one of the familiar songs in our songbook that says, Jesus, the name that charms our fears, that bids our sorrows cease. 'Tis music in the sinner's ears, 'tis life and health and peace. Have a great day. Stay safe, and tomorrow we'll talk about the innkeeper.